Hello, my name is Naveria and I welcome you back to Kentucky Route Zero. Today we are going to continue with act number 4. Let's jump into it. The Maki Mammoth. Back on the ship, I guess. Have I read that? I don't really remember, so... Hey, just a quick one. Here, I'm going ashore to do some mushroom hunting. This little island is my favorite spot, and I figured we're already running late. What's, one more unscheduled stop? I just need to find Will and get him up here to keep an eye on things. I bet he's asleep. Could you run down and wake him up for me? Bunks are down in the lower level, right next to the map room. Thanks. It's not like the boy said yes. But okay. I guess. Wait. It's an option to come here? Or is it where I need to go? That would make no sense because... Well, she went when she asked me to go. What's the point? I think I don't really need to be here. Where am I going? Lower, okay. Will! Oh, okay. Why couldn't she do it herself? Hey Will, are you okay? A recorded lecture placed from a tape machine next to Will's bunk. And even hinted that he had in mind a design for this device, as recorded in the diary and sundry observations. Why should personalities in another existence or sphere waste their time working a little triangular piece of wood over a board with a certain lettering on it? The whole business seems so childish to me. If we are to make any real progress in psychic investigation, we must do it with scientific apparatus. Again, for Edison, a technical solution to every problem. He goes on to suggest the parameters of the apparatus. And yes, a question in the back, James? Can't hear a student. Yes, this idea of personalities lingering after death does appear to be in conflict with Edison's theories about what he called life units, the subatomic entities that animate matter and then scatter to other configurations when a person passes on. But given Edison's emphasis on memory and cognition, remember we are talking about the inventor of the phonograph and his colorful description of the swarm of interchangeable drone-like. Edison even uses the word proletarian, life units animating the human mind. His theory naturally posits that any individual life unit possesses on its own some fragment of memory. I actually read that some cells of our bodies have their own memory. Maybe it was not real. So according to Edison, when life units recombine from, say, a soldier into, say, a flower, we may be able, using some apparatus, to coax out from the flower memories of war. Will wakes up. Well, hello, small man. You caught me in the pre-dawn nap. I try to sleep in little nibbles, when I can. It maximizes my time in the threshold states. Listening to? Well, I used to work at the university and I'd always eavesdrop on the lectures through the ventilation system. Anything and everything. I'm a polymath in nature. And an old friend recently found this box on tape-recorded lectures next to the dumpster there, and passed them on in the spirit of fondly recalling better days. This one is History of the Philosophy of Death. Yikes. I like it, actually. I'd like to hear the whole lecture. I play these old tapes lectures during my little nibble naps to absorb the information more easily. It's pretty effective. I wish I could do everything half asleep. I don't know if I could fall asleep with that. Can't say I learned very much just now, though. I may have been too busy dreaming a vivid, narcotic fantasia aboard the... But those are always the quickest to dissipate. I'd better tell you about it now, before the spell is broken. But you already forgotten, didn't you? I was small. Not a child, an animal maybe. I patrolled the corridors of the great iron ship, searching for scraps and mice, I think. So you were a cat. And crying, always, a weak and mournful meow. Other crewmen slumped in odd corners or lay drunk on the deck. The whole smelt of shame, defeat, and rot gut corn whiskey. They dumped artillery into the water, tore their flags into cloth scraps, and made handkerchiefs to bury their sobbing faces. They drifted on Lake Leith, drinking the cold black water and eating eyeless fish raw. When they at last ran out of the cooking fuel, they seemed in their despair to forget even language. After an interval of years, the ship crossed a threshold into absolute silence. How long is this lake that they were just drifting? Or they couldn't go anywhere? Because, I don't know, no one was waiting for them? And sorry for the background noise, just as usual, trying to sit as comfortable as I can. Silence, except for my hopeless, whimpering cry. Anyway, that's all I remember. Lately, I never remember my dreams. To be honest, that's what's happening to me. I can't recall any memory of any dreams, even when I just wake up. Sometimes I can't remember them after a second I woke up. It's probably for the best. The images of dreams are often wasted on the waking. Well, I've got a stew to start. You may want to hurry back above deck. I believe we are about to pass the bat sanctuary. It's quite a thing to see. Bat sanctuary? I don't think I want to see it. That's a little... Kate came back from her mushroom hunting excursion with a small basket full of oddly colored caps and stamps. No doubtly delicious to a morsel. I wouldn't trust... I don't know if the person really good at collecting mushrooms. I don't know. I'd feel a little too scared to try the mushroom that are collected by someone else. Of course, she intended to use many of them in her medical practice to ease the pain, nausea, and anxiety of pregnant women. but I can usually rely on my charms to share a bite or two. Snare, not share. So sorry. I have no preferences. When it comes to mushrooms, by which I mean that I treat them all interchangeably. I prefer not to know their names or qualities before I cook them up and eat them. It's useless after all. They escape your erudition, as the fella says. It's a good mushroom hunting island, I guess. It's plenty damp, and they've got the cypress trees there to grow on. Of course, they're not indigenous. The cypress trees, I mean. Everyone down here seems to agree that they were planted as some kind of marker or a memorial. And most people will tell you they've got a distant relation or acquaintance who helped dig a hole or water a seedling. But nobody remembers what it was all for. And nobody left a plaque or anything. It's a shame. Looks like it must have been a lot of work. Well, at least we have the trees. These trees look more like planks. And the mushrooms! Of course. Shannon helped me fix up a mushroom stew in the kitchen. Shannon and her friend set out in the dinghy to deliver a package of the telephone exchange. Helped me? Hey, does this mean it's Will who's telling this little story about them traveling? Because he said he has a stew to go on. So he's making it, am I right? No? I don't know. Actually, yeah. Shannon and her friend. I like this one. Let's go out. I don't like staying on the ship. I don't like it. Echo River. Central something. Thanks again for your help. This is about as far as the tugboat can go. You know, noise and lights disturb the bats. I usually send Will, but I thought you'd like the chance to meet Dashiell. He's the guy who worked at the TV station WEVP. So, you'll pass through the Bat Sanctuary, which is really nice, by the way. Be sure to check out all the plaques and stuff for cool bat facts. Plenty of time. Anyway, the Echo River Central Exchange, or excuse me, Consolidated Auxiliary Switch number 30. They changed the name when the power company took over. Anyway, it's just on the other side of the Bat Sanctuary. This package is going to Poppy. He's an operator. The operator. We'll meet you on the other side at Sam and Ida's for our scheduled early breakfast stop. Oh, it's gonna be breakfast already? Just follow the river. Can't miss it. Oh, I almost forgot. I hope we're not gonna get separated. Which might happen, actually. Is the boy with us? The dog is with us. So, could very much happen. I almost forgot. He may or may not be interested. There's this kind of weird memorial sculpture on your way in. Just before the Bat Sanctuary, I always recommend people at least stop and take a look at it. It's really sort of... I don't know how to say it. You should check it out. Okay, bye. Bye. Wait, there? I'm not moving. Or am I? I guess I kind of move, but... Oh, I can control... No? I can't control? Or... Oh no, not this again. Do I see someone? I saw someone! Look! Is that a person right there? I can't... I don't think I'm controlling anything. It's just... moving by itself. Okay. Sign. We claim these helmets in the names of the folks who wore them, and we place them here in their memory, but also is the spit in the gritty green eye of that power company who bought up our old mine and traded our brothers and sisters' safety for a little more yield. But only yielded 28 good men and women dead when the walls collapsed and the tunnels filled with water. That we already... Wait, is that the same? We already know? Their lungs were black, but now they are washed clean and full of water, too, and swept through hidden tunnels into some awful cave we never will find. And so we guess the water buried them for us. So let this here be the marker for their grave. And if any son of a bitch from that power company wants to take back these helmets as company property, just you try it and see what will happen. True. Hey, Elkhorn. That's the mine we met in. Where your folks, worked. Looks like it's been here a while. I sure as hell wouldn't mess with it. You think whoever wrote it is still that angry? I don't think you ever forget anger like that. No, I guess you probably don't. It probably stirs up. I mean, how do you... The other miners made this, but it should have been the power company. It's their fault. They don't care about people. They never did. I guess it brings back some anger for me. Yeah, that's understandable. I guess that's what a memorial should do, huh? Help you hang on to your feelings, otherwise they fade away. That's just what time does. Maybe not just time, it's just we get distracted. But the pain and anger still lingers whenever you think about it. This again. What the hell are they? Are they... Huh? Look, you can't see them when there is no... What? You're looking at me like I'm crazy. What is really going on? Who are these skeletons? Just sometimes I forget I don't even really know you that well. Yeah, well, that makes two of us. You know, those guys from the distillery are just making the best of the bad situation, just like the rest of us. Hey, one of them said to me earlier, They could even help me take care of these medical bills for my leg, you know. Get it all together on a plan, consolidated. We were, she really? Isn't we? I thought. I'm confused. I'm so confused in this game all the time. Isn't she dead? No? We were, I mean. When did you talk to them? Weren't she with them? I'm confused. Let's check this option. Oh, they're around. They're pretty much everywhere you look. On this river, you really haven't noticed? Anyway, I have a feeling it will all work out. Okay, he's being really creepy. Even for me? Hey, why not? Seems like we're getting pretty close to finding your cousin, right? And besides that, you're young and smart, plenty of time to bounce back from whatever. Listen, that old truck I've been driving belonged to my boss Ira, Lizette's husband. Is it Ira or Ira? I thought Ira was a female name. Lizette's husband. I thought they had some relationship with Lizette. Now I'm super confused. To be honest, Ira didn't like me very much, but somehow Liz got it into her mind that he would have wanted me to have that truck someday. Maybe to make up for all the yelling he did, or maybe so his ghost could hold it over me. Just one more thing to feel like I owed him for. Anyway, they got their own trucks at the distillery, and now that the antique shop is closing up, I've got no use for that old truck. I was thinking you could take it. Straightened out? Now I could keep an eye on it, I guess. Sure, okay, sounds good. I liked the first option that we barely know each other though, because yeah. But I don't know. When you have adventures together, it's... For a moment, I thought I saw something strange, like not only his leg is blinking, but also his arm? Or is it just me? Is he one of them? What's going on? Visitors to the Echo River Nomadic Brown Bat Artificial Hibernaculum and Sanctuary are asked to take extra precautions in order to prevent the introduction of foreign fungal contaminants and the spread of white nose syndrome. White nose? What? Please do not visit the sanctuary during the same day in which you have visited any cave known or suspected to host bats infected with white nose syndrome. Please do not leave your vehicle. If you must leave your vehicle, please remove shoes, clothes, jewelry, headwear, and eyeglasses. Not eyelashes. Oh, creepy. I see them. To ensure you do not bring any foreign spores ashore with you. See, they just kind of you can still see them, but not fully. Please do not touch any bats or structures. They told us not to go there if we ever been in cave at the same day, and we did. I mean, we have been. The nomadic brown bat is confused by light. If you are using a lantern or other artificial light source, be aware that it may attract or confuse bats. If you are approached by bats, do not panic. Relax. Stop your vehicle and switch off your light. Never touch a bat. Never. They repeated it like so many times. Now I'm scared of touching any bats. What if I ever touch it? What will happen? I'm scared. Don't go there. Why would anyone go there? And in the night? Don't go. I've seen a bat. Bad fact. Ever talk with your mouth full? Bats do it all the time. Bats talk in extremely high frequency clicks, too high for human to hear. Then they use their powerful ears to scan for the echoes of these ultrasonic clicks. By comparing very subtle differences in the time these echoes take to come back, differences or of just millions of seconds, bats are able to picture their environment with enough accuracy to catch a flying insect. Once a bat has caught an insect within its mouth, it's still flying, and so it still needs to avoid running into anything, so bats keep clinking away, clicking, even while they munch on a tasty bug snack. Ew. It may be poor table manners, but it's crucial for surviving in the dark. I wonder how the other bats know whether one of them is really talking or just chasing the bug. Probably some different kind of... I bet... I've definitely seen his arm looking like that. Like a skeleton. Did he ever break his arm? I don't think he did. What happened? There must be some kind of different sound to it, to clicking. Sometimes it's hard to know with people too. Yeah. Well, I think when they're actually communicating, it may sound more like singing. I'd like to hear that. Actually, I have no idea, so it's my crazy guess. Wait, just... Whoa, too many! Look, they're very scared by my flashlight. I'm sorry, bats. Yeah, I think I made them a little bit crazy with my flashlight. Okay. Oh, that's a very long fact. The nomadic brown bat's natural diet mostly consists of moths and other small insects that breed along the river. Here at the artificial hibernaculum and sanctuary, we use a combination of chemical snares and ultrasonic wards to repel all potentially contaminant-bearing insects and replace them with our own locally bred and spawned hypoallergenic antiseptic pseudomoths, which we call the little grey nothing moth. Wow. Just for these bats, really? You may be thinking that the other moths and insects the nomadic brown bat would have been eating are very much relieved that their natural predator has found another food source. Not so. We have installed netting and highly effective moth traps along the river where the nomadic brown bat normally hunts to balance their escape from the food chain. Kinda sad. But eating moths isn't the only systemic contribution these bats make. They also produce a potent fertilizer in the form of guano that helps plant life thrive along the Echo River and shore of Lake Lev. Yeah, I've heard about it from a movie we all know about. In order to minimize the sanctuary's impact on subterranean agriculture, we collect that precious guano here at the hibernaculum and manually distribute through the caves. It's a full-time job. Perfect job. Can I sign in? Sounds like a lot of work. I wonder how the bats would feel about their guano being taken like that. Well, how would you feel about your guano being taken? Or like how cats feel like when we clean out their toilets. It's all fake except for the bats. Well, when they consume fake stuff and when everything is fake against them, part of them also becomes fake, doesn't it? They're not as natural as they were, just like we people are. Yeah, I guess so. Reminds me of that guy Donald and his crew down there with the computer. It kind of bothers me, like they're tricking the bats. Yeah, looks like some kind of experiment, I don't know. Yeah, in this case, I think it's about survival. I mean, if that's the bottom line, what's the difference? Like the folks in the mine? You said they used to buy stuff, fans, canneries, all those little trinkets to make it bearable. There's still a lot of stuff down there. It feels cluttered, but human. I just mean all people need is enough to pretend we are home, and we can make it anywhere. That's true. You get kind of philosophical when you're drinking. Well, everyone does. Yeah, I guess I do. Now, this is nothing. I used to have this drinking buddy who would get loaded and tell the weirdest damn riddles. Like, which is more musical? A truck passing by a factory or a truck passing by a music school? Ha, count your blessings. Hey, I wanna know. Someone left an umbrella here. What a strange tree. Even more than just one umbrella. Something tells me these bats are not very calm. I really love the ambient. Sometimes the music in this game is just gorgeous. White nose syndrome is still largely a mystery. We suspect that the white fungal growth, which appears on bats' faces and wings, irritates and confuses them, causing them to awaken early from hibernation and venture outside, depleting stored energy they need to survive through winter. But biologists are nowhere near curing the disease. It spreads quickly and it is highly fatal. In this way, White nose syndrome has drawn some comparisons to colony collapse disorder, as suffered by bees. White nose syndrome and colony collapse disorder are sudden, violent, and mysterious. Will honeybees and the nomadic brown bat be two more lost species, wiped out in the geological blink and forgotten to natural history? It is possible that a cure won't be identified in time, so the sanctity of this artificial hibernaculum is our best hope of preventing them. So that's why this is all happening. As you leave the Aqua River nomadic brown bat hibernaculum and sanctuary, please make sure your vehicle and clothing are free of hitchhikers. What? Whatever it means. These bats might die because of us, because I don't think we have followed all the rules that were written before. Huh? How did this... How are we... What? The tunnel wasn't there. It just appeared out of nowhere. I'm so confused. Where the hell are we? Flora. Who are you? Oh, hi. I remember you. Should you? Because I don't. What are you doing here, I guess? I'm just exploring. I like dark underground places. I'm a romantic. Looks romantic. It looks so strange. What is this place? Why would there be people here? They look like they're working or something. So am I think. Yeah, you have to be to hang out down here. Okay, bye. Bye? Careful up there. Can't drive your new truck if you slip and break your legs. Hey, don't say that. It's both his arms like that now. What is going on, Conway? Just don't fall asleep, huh? Try not to make any more bad deals when I'm gone. I'll just be floating along down here. I just mean, keep your eyes open and don't look back. Don't look back? What do you mean? No, only his hand. One leg and one hand. Why? What's going on with this man? Hi. Dashiell. I guess I'm looking for you. Didn't expect you to be so old. Can you even hear me? Could be bypassed with another capacitor at 100 nanofarads to reduce noise. Are you Dashiell Morse? Him? I mean me? Yes, I'm him. Sorry, I've been hacking on this thing all night. My thoughts are starting to come in alternating currents. We don't install this type of phone for customers anymore. But there are quite a few of them still in circulation. Anyway, the new system doesn't source enough current to ring these old bells. So I'm trying to come up with a workaround, maybe a little box the customer could attach right before the wall jack. So you do still work here. On the tugboat, they weren't totally sure. Oh, well, yeah, I'm here just about every night. Is this your first time down here? Yeah, I can tell. Your eyes can't quite adjust to the light. It takes some practice. Believe it or not, I've been coming here since I was a kid. For one reason or the next. Back then, this place was a train station. It's true. They had bats then too, but they were considered a nuisance. Oh, and now they are trying to save them, huh? What happened to the train station? Well, the river shifted and this place slowly filled with water, carrying the trains away with the current. It does that, the river, and I don't begrudge it. It's a good reminder that everything we have is borrowed, even trains. Eventually, someone at the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces heard this place was still empty, so they moved the phone company in here. I returned here as a young lineman, a skill I picked up in wartime, running telephone wires behind enemy lines. We used trees instead of poles. I miss that actually. They were easier to climb. Really. It's just as well. I'm on the shape to be climbing anything these days. The closest I get is patching up the wiring in the crystal room for the WEVP folks. WEVP is the station, right? Kate says you're the only one who can tell me where it is. Oh, maybe they should print some maps. It's not really supposed to be a secret, but it's not common knowledge either. That must be why they are always short-staffed. Listen, miss, if you're interested in WEVP, you should go talk to them directly. They're always looking for volunteers. Take the ferry over to the silo. There's a mail stop there. And don't have a sign. They don't have a sign or anything. Just ask around. I guess I'll get back to this damn old ringer. Poppy's just a little further down. If you're dropping off that package, nice chatting with you. Nice chatting with you too, I guess. Hello? Should I continue walking? Nola. Abel and Alois? Lovers Couriers. The Lovers Couriers. What? Bread for racing. Abel and I don't know how to pronounce that. Spend most of their lives as carrier pigeons in the employ of the Echo River Avian Post. Oh, so cute. They retired there after Abel is disfigured in an accident with a light aircraft. Oh, but old habits were hard to die. Abel and his friend, would pick up scraps of paper from the ground, the trash, even pull them out of pockets and deliver them to other people nearby, to delight or embarrassment. Word spread, and travelers passing through this tunnel began to come prepared with love letters, poems, and other written desires to pass along indirectly through these pigeons. After a hard day's work, Abel and Alois would always be found nestled closely together in a disused newspaper stand set aside for their habitation. And that's where we left them. Oh, it must be them up there. Two two statues. Oh, this is so sweet. Poppy? That's a strange name. It's a girl or a boy? Just set it right over there by the lamp, sweetie. Thanks. Actually, just a minute. Who does that parcel claim to be from? Hey! It's blue. Why it's there? I have no idea. Well, if we are lucky, it's chocolates from a secret admirer and not a snake from an assassin. So, who are you? Do you work for the post office or the tugboat? I only ask because I haven't seen you before. Was that you I heard chatting down the hall? I'm just doing Kate a favor dropping off this package. Kate. I love Kate. She helped deliver both my nieces, one in the hospital and one at the base of the mossy, moonlit oak. It was beautiful. I love Kate. I think Loretta's granddaughter used her to... Oh, Loretta used to work here. Actually, I think quite a few of our former operators have relied at some time on Kate's services. Well, now I guess they'll have more time with their little ones. As you can see, all their chairs are empty. It wasn't always like this. When I came to work at the Echo River Central Exchange, there were 12 of us. Loretta, Edna, Meg, Cara, Mary, Lois, Liz, Hester, Angie, Velma, Connie. I was number 12. Connie and I were hired on the same day, but she showed up early. Mary finished college, and Hester was fired for snapping at the rude caller, but he had it coming, and I hear she did just fine on her own. So they hired Beryl, Jana, and Sachiko, which brought us up to 13. And that was as many operators as we ever had here at one time. The power company came along buying up all the lines, and one day they took the exchange as thrown in like it was nothing, and they started phasing us out. Edna, Meg, Cara, and Lois left one Friday evening and were asked not to come back on Monday morning. Beryl saw the writing on the wall and quickly found employment at the private PBX. They had Jana and Liz stop routing calls and write up some kind of best practices document instead. It was their final task as exchange employees. Some of the girls were reassigned to other divisions. Connie, I think, was checking residential matters. Where are you telling me all this? I don't even know all these people, and I just told her that I came here just to help person. And I will probably never come back here. You will probably never see me again. Okay. Connie, I think, was checking residential matters. Sachiko and Vilma were moved into energy sales, cold calling businesses to see if they needed to upgrade their electricity plan. At least they were still on the phone. Then it was just Loretta, Angie, and me. We were swamped. The hours were hell and hard in the throat. The voice with a smile became a croak. I was gargling warm salt water in the break room, sipping from a thermos full of hot honey broth stashed under my chair. Oh, I brought a lot of extended technique to the switchboard in those days. Huh? Sounded pretty good to me. Yeah, I'm impressed, I guess. So, where was I? Uh, extended. Well, most importantly, I guess it was only three of you. They were the smart ones. It's how they held on so long. They went into voice work recording canned phrases for IVR systems and robocall polling. I could never do that. So after a few months, it was just me. A new automation strategy was announced, and this place was re-christened Consolidated Auxiliary Switch number 30. If it's automated, what do you do here? It's not fully automated. There are still gaps in functionality that need a human touch. And it really is all about touch here. Sound is a vibration, a touch you feel in your ear. So my voice is my touch. When we are talking, we are touching, even on the phone. That's an electric touch. An intimate little shock that makes your tiny hairs tremble. But that's not even what I mean when I say it's all about touch here. When the power company first tried automating this alt exchange with fancy new transistor arrays, the switchboard caught fire. It was just too much, too fast. So they tried using some clunky old mechanical relays. But then the calls were getting mismatched and out of sync. It was a nightmare. Their technicians determined that the phone system down here had been designed ad hoc over decades around the specific tempo of its human operators. So short of replacing the whole thing, not to mention all the wiring, they'd have to work out the exact timing of every little human gesture that goes into routing a phone call. And that, officially, is my role here. I run the switchboard for the whole exchange, once the work of 12. I'd like to remind you, they have some kind of machine somewhere that tracks how long it takes me to do each little thing. The caller never hears my voice now. They dial, my little indicator lights switch on, and I make the connection. Do you miss talking to the callers? That's actually the work my mother has. She's also working underground, but it's not like there's water near her place. It's just a underground building. I'm kind of curious. I think she also doesn't talk to the caller. They also, once she told me, she just sees light, and then it's actually basically like this woman said, so that's awesome. Now I kind of want to ask her more about her work, because I never did actually. Do you miss talking to the callers? There's something that bothers me about the process, besides the fact that I'm training my replacement who isn't even human. Here's what I mean. How long do you think it should take to time my every move and recreate the timing in an automated switchboard. Rough estimate. Depends on how smart the computer is, I guess. Couple of days. She probably stands here more. So, maybe a month. That's what I said, but this has been going on for over a year. And a very dark thought has started to nag at me. What if there is no cheap machine that's going to replace me? What if it's cheaper just to keep me here, filling in for the rhythm of the operators? What if I'm the cheap machine? Yes, you are. We all are. You just cracked the code. Why don't you just quit? In this economy? Yeah, that's how everyone thinks. And we still keep this shitty economy running. No, you're probably right. Working in silence for peanut shells, waiting to be replaced by a robot, it doesn't sound very dignified, does it? The reality is that I've been working here for my whole adult life. I came here as a girl, and I'll leave as a middle-aged woman. I don't know if I'm ready to be her yet. Oh, the parcel. Right over there by the lamp is fine. Thanks for dropping that off. Take care. Think of me when you dial 0. Why did you say this? Ah! Huh? There's 3 of them. Is one of them the one... Am I controlling them now? Because I'm looking at them. What's going on? What was that? And another boat. There was no one. Where did Conway go? Hello? What is this? Can our boat go so fast? She returned on the Dingley loan. Alone. Hey! Where's Blue at least? Why didn't she take Blue? She had a strong and sudden urge to shut the motor off and let the current take her, but she couldn't work out where that impulse came from, so she did her best to resist it. Family, guitar player, flower salesman, painter. I like a family. The boat was loaded to capacity with the black plastic bags and a few larger pieces of furniture wrapped in the blue tarp. 3 paddled, the 2 adults and the older child. The 2 younger children slept. They'd been traveling all night, first by car and then, for the last few hours, by boat. Hungry and tired, they didn't plan to stop until they reached West Virginia, where the relative had offered to take them in. Did something happen? But the adults were happy to take a break from paddling in very silent. They asked her about her river journey. Memorial, maybe? They were sympathetic. No minors in their family, but he was once injured at the warehouse job and had to fight for disability pay. They knew what these companies were like and what it was like to have to assert your humanity to them. They wished her well and paddled on toward West Virginia. I guess I have to meet everyone. Painter of shipwrecks. He never worked from photographs, so his paintings could be divided into two categories. There were the ones he painted from life, and the Echo River was a very good source for these because its currents were so unpredictable and the tunnels so dark. He rendered these in oil paint by lamplight, working for hours cross-legged on the porch of his houseboat/studio. Then there were the ones he painted from the memory, mostly the memory of the single wreck he encountered as a much younger man, picking up litter where the coastal highway cleaves to the rocky beaches of northern California. They were done in watercolor. He preferred to work on them in the morning, in the room he rented near the airport in Louisville. He had some postcard-sized sketches in charcoal, too, of the Iron Pariah. It wasn't a wreck exactly, but it felt right. He tried to scribble one down every time he encountered it, though it was so unpredictable, and he was so focused on details, he usually just ended up with a handful of inscrutable marks. Guitar player pedaling a floating bicycle. Dog. Now I wonder about Blue now. He said they took turns. The water was cold and the floating bicycle, while technically marvelous, wasn't quite buoyant? What's that word? Enough for the both of them. Swimming it is hard work. The hardest work was the dog had never done, he expected. They'd been traveling this way for most of the night, struggling through the ice city, stopping to recover when they could find a rock large enough to start a small campfire. He had his belongings stuffed into weathered guitar case at the end of the thin rope. It floated pretty well, so he only had to keep an eye on it and occasionally free it from rock or some driftwood it was caught on. If he had a guitar in his case or just clothes, he would have played her something, but the case leaked a bit and he didn't think it would sound right until it had time to dry out. She gave in, shut off the motor and floated for a while. Then she knew what she'd been craving, a moment of silence. Huh. Sam and Ida's. So are we there yet? We are. And even the mammoth boat is here, am I right? This place doesn't look stable. What is this, elevator? Hello? Sam? Hello, out there. Headed up or down? I'm just looking for the crew of Mucky Mammoth, I guess. No? Yes, ma'am. They stop here every morning. I expect they're upstairs now, and I just got the coffee going. I could use a cup myself. It's cold down there. Well, head on upstairs and she'll take care of you. I'll be along in a minute. So, who are you? No, I'm all alone. It feels kind of wrong. We've been playing as Conway from the beginning and now we're playing as this girl. I mean, I know we've been switching to her and some other characters, but it kind of felt like Conway was the main character. And now I just feel kind of wrong. And I'm still worried about Blue because it looked like Conway turned into one of these skeletons and joined their party on their boat, but there was no Blue with them. And I saw Blue wander on the shore. There, if I can even call it a shore. Oh, I just hope it's gonna be alright. Maybe someone else will pick it. It's gonna be a happy doggy. Hey guys! Been a while. Just in time. We've already finished eating, but we are about to place a to-go order for Clara. She's back on board, getting ready for her show. Hey, another song? Take a look at the menu. I'm sure there's something you'll like. Ida is a bit of a local celebrity for her cooking. Hey, Ezra was just asking about you. He's around the corner playing a video game. Maybe go let him know you two are back. Or, where's the old man anyway? And she didn't ask? What happened to him, really? That's so strange. Oh, bad luck. You'll get it next time. Hey, got a quarter? He's almost got it. I don't think it's a video. You call it a video game? It's not a video game. It's a gamble. I'd call it actually a robbery. Those machines are rigged, but only one. Thank you. So, where's... They took him. But who are they? What's going on? I don't know if they took him or he left himself. Maybe he wanted to. I don't know what's going on. They took him. Damn. Yeah, he nearly got himself in a situation there. What? Yeah, I'm gonna go sit down. Cool. The food is good here. I think everyone else is finishing up, but you could probably get something to go. Alright, Clo Maestro, let's give it another shot. So let's see what's on the top of the pile here. There's a stuffed octopus, a plastic bag full of clamshells, a cowboy hat, and some big headphones. That octopus has a leg wrapped around the boombox underneath it. The shells are pretty clear, but I don't know if the claw can really grip the bag well. The cowboy hat is in the corner, so it's kind of tricky to tell if it's wedged in or not. Those headphones might be a good bet, but I can't see the cord. It could be wrapped around something. What are you gonna go to try? Headphones. Good call. I think that's our best bet. I don't think anything will be granted anyway. Okay, when I put this quarter in, you'll have about 8 seconds to grab the prize. The headphones are on the right, pretty close to the middle. Let me know if you need help lining it up. Ready? Here we go. The claw Howard front left. Damn it, he says right? Drop. Nothing? But he says middle to the right and then middle. No, fuck you. Hey, listen, it sounds like that old man you were following around. I guess he had to leave. What exactly happened? Does this mean he... I don't know. I don't even know what to think. Is he coming back? Well, probably not. He's got himself in a trajectory, you know? Anyway, I don't know what kind of plans you have now, but if you need help figuring out your next move, you can always talk to me and Miss Junebag. I just wanted to make sure you know that. No, I can't believe that he's not gonna come back. What? No. I guess I'll just meet up with Julian then. Oh yeah, he's your brother, you said, right? Yeah, in a way. Hey, maybe we still have time to poke around this place a little. They have some pretty wild stuff in here. Well, actually, hear how they're talking, walking? Hey, did you see this? They keep a table full of fake food over here. You never know why. I've never known why. Actually, I think it might be real food coated with shellac or something, preserved, or... Oh, and look, this tentacle-looking thing is half-eaten. This is someone's meal that they didn't finish? I dare you to take a bite. You're first. No. Yeah, I don't blame you. If Sam and Ida preserved this half-eaten meal, it must have been pretty important to them, right? Maybe it belonged to someone they care about, like a beloved uncle had a meal stroke, so they kept it in his memory. That's kind of stupid. Or, I mean, come on, really? My folks left behind a bag of sunflower seeds, but I threw it away. I should have kept it, right? Actually, I guess I do have them with me. Oh, I'm sure your folks are fine though. Are you worried about them? It's just weird that they just disappeared. Yeah, listen, that's okay to be worried. You're doing fine. Weird. Somehow I thought it was his truck and delivery at all. It was. That's what she's saying. But he gave it to her before they took him away. And that's strange. It's like he knew what's gonna happen. He was acting strangely. And yeah, he gave her truck just before it. But you're going to deliver it anyway. Why? He's my friend, I guess. That's right. He's our friend too. Johnny and I will help you unload when we get there. Lift with your legs, Cricket. Yes, ma'am. So, how was everything? How was the sweet cave snail? Ugh. Devastating. You're a killer, Ida. Devastating? That's how you usually describe your food? Well, I can't take all the credit. Sam came across the whole cave snail colony down there about a year back, and we've been leaning rock candy for them to gorge on since. We just started harvesting earlier this month. Yes, it's all about patience down here. Everything grows more slowly in the dark. There is a fish in Lake Lath that lives on 200 years, and its flavor profile only develops at about 75. I've got a pot of bones in there that's been stewing for at least a week. I don't even remember why I put them on. Come to think of it, I don't even remember what kind of bones they are. Oh. Oh, we need one for the road. Clara said she wanted, something primordial, she said. What does that mean? I have no idea what it means. Something old-fashioned, maybe. Could be. Here, you pick. I'm no good in this. Shannon inspects the menu. What about, Nothing sounds fine to me. It's all about fish, right? Crab. I like this one. Let's go for this. Good choice. Your friends will love it. I'll have that right out, sweetie. Ezra leans over the table and carefully examines the preserved food and drink. Prots? Ugh. Runs his finger along the grayish claw. The surface of the claw is completely smooth. And that was the small one. They are asymmetrical. Sorry, I startled you, sweetie. Whose foot is this? This is the diver's table, and this was the diver's meal. This food is about 15 years old. It's true. Things were different then. Nobody came to eat here. We were fighting just to keep the lights on. Sam, my husband, Sam was depressed. He couldn't catch anything. That was part of the problem. Most of what we served was shipped in frozen or dried, and I just threw it in the fryer. We've both come a long way since then. Well, two young men came in for dinner. Seasoned divers, they said. Over 10,000 hours between them and Lake Lath alone. They'd been out all day, salvaging parts from the riverboat wreck, and had worked up a fierce hunger, they said. They ordered a whole menu without even looking. It was a short menu in those days. I set them right here and went back into the kitchen. Sam was at the next table doing a Sudoku and drinking malt liquor, his usual routine at the time. An hour later, I was cleaning up when Sam came bursting into the kitchen. "Ida," he said, kind of frantic. "These divers are still hungry. Bring them another course." And I said, "They already ordered the whole menu." Sam said, "Make something new. Keep making up dishes, whatever. Just keep bringing out food." So I did until the small hours of the morning. I made up so many new dishes that night I could write a book. And it was good, inspired. But I was working so hot and fast at the burning edge of inspiration, I didn't think to write any of it down. And I was so wrecked with exhaustion the next day, I knew I couldn't remember what all I've done in the kitchen. Sam thought he could take a photograph of the leftovers, but we couldn't get the lighting right, so we just shellacked a whole table. Now, when I need inspiration for the menu, I come and look here and think about all those ingenious dishes I threw together for those divers. Of course, they didn't pay their full bill. What do you mean, of course? Set them to jail. I heard one of them complaining to the other, let's just pay half and let them charge the other half to whatever demon in the kitchen kept making us up food faster than we could ask for it. What? They should have even paid more than they were supposed to because someone was working their ass off for them. And they didn't even pay enough? Assholes. But it all worked out. Things were really turned around since then. This place is actually pretty popular now. The success and our expanded menu inspired Sam too. He started bringing back the most significant, right? Ingredients from his nightly dives. Nightly. Oh my god, can't read. I'd better get to work. Stay right here, sweetie, and I'll bring you a treat on my way back out. Can I have a treat too? That was a nice story. But I'm pissed that those guys didn't pay. He brought something. Well, buddy, I guess you're the catch of the day. The one and only. Haha. So, what are you? You look like, well, some kind of eel, I guess. Kind of lonely little guy, huh? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes. You smell like an old friend of mine. Ugh. Skin feels like sandpaper, huh? Well, she'll figure something out. I think I'll call you... Should you even call it, since you're gonna eat it? I don't think you should do it. Gretel. Gretel. Like Gretel? No? Welcome to Sam and Ida's, the one and only great eel. I hope you enjoy your stay. I mean, not too much. Have you ever seen a creature like me before? You were pretty far down there. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm the first, except there were 2 divers who went before me long ago. Maybe that was before your time. How old are you anyway? I wonder. They ate here once, back in the bad old days. 2 young guys. Could have been brothers, maybe. I was over in the corner with my coffee and crossword. It was Sudoku. I hadn't been able to catch a thing, so Ida just fried up something from frozen. Well, these guys were hungry enough to eat it, and ask for more, and they did at least as much talking as eating. See, like I said, they were divers, and like I said, they might have been brothers. They had a kind of a rivalry going between them or something. Ida was about to write up their check, but I slipped calmly and quietly into the kitchen for a minute and told her to just keep bringing out food. I figured they would notice, caught up in their boasting as they were, and I wanted to listen. They went back and forth for hours about all the deep and dangerous dives they'd been on, new tunnels they'd discovered. So they didn't really order all the food. They just kept bringing food. Okay. All the weird creatures they'd encountered at the weirdest depths of Lake Lath, it was like a dance. No, like a boxing match. Each story went deeper than the last. And I listened to every word of it, memorized every description of every tunnel and dive-in route they discovered. That's my map now, you see? For 15 years, I've been using routes those two young divers discussed right there at that table. Yeah, I could write a guidebook to the depths of this lake. But I don't dare. Someone would steal my good diving spots, and then where would we be? See, people come here from all over just to try our daily catch, because they know it's unique. Ain't you proud? Since I can't write any of it down, I just preserved that table where they had their meal so I can look at it to jog my memory, like they were eating pickled crab when they talked about that shipwreck full of salamanders. Pretty clever, huh? It's my own secret code. Well, I'll be straight with you, Great Ale. There is one feature of this arrangement that I find unsettling. In fact, I lose a decent amount of sleep over it. I told you those boys were competing, right? One upping each other. I mean, each getting wilder and more adventurous as they traded tales. Well, I navigate mostly in the dark down there, just going by the touch and a kind of mental picture I can construct from their detailed boasts. And every time I explore a new diving spot from those recollections, I have to weigh it all against the risk that I'm headed right into a dangerous falsehood. One of those men could have felt for a moment like he was losing some ground in their little duel. So he could have slipped a fake one in there. Maybe told a fib about some dive he went on and found a colony of blind shrimp living in a discarded refrigerator. And when I get down there, my diving bell cracks open on a sharp rock when he said that fridge would be. And that's the end of Sam and Sam. And that's the end of Sam and Idas. To be honest, that possibility puts the fear of death in me every time I touch water. Maybe I should be just more careful. Hey Sam, good haul tonight? We'll see what she can make of it. Yeah, pretty good I think. I hit some trouble down by the narrow tunnel. Some kind of fast-growing freshwater barnacles just about sealed it up. I picked away for half an hour before I gave up and went around the other way. But I got the catch of the day. That's the important part. That's what people travel for. I don't think he knows what's the catch today, so probably no point of asking. He doesn't know himself. Well, he calls it great ale. Are there a lot of fish in this lake? It seems so quiet. Yeah, there's a fish or two, not too much. It's not like a surface lake, where you've got sunlight propping up the food chain. Life down here grows slowly, patiently, quietly. Will you stay for a drink? I've got a dark rum that goes well with coffee. Well, I think it's a bit early for me. It's very early. Maybe it could be considered very late. Yeah, seems like it's always too early. Oh, she's got your food ready. You all enjoy your meal, alright? Thanks. Well, everyone already ate, only Shannon needs to eat, I guess. Oh, that eel is strangely still alive.
This world is not my home.
Is this who I think it is?
Just passing through my treasures and
Hey,
my
wait for me.
hopes are placed beyond the blue.
Please tell me it's him.
Many friends and kin have gone on before.
Isn't he? Is it? No.
And I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, oh Lord, what will I do? Angels beckon me to heaven's open door.
Maybe it's just me, but it looks like him.
Feel at home
Oh,
in this
every
world
time the music in the background is played, it's so beautiful in this game. Yes, she returns to the tugboat because there's nothing else to do.
Up in glory land.
See that? Just looks like a swirling mess of garbage, doesn't it? Well, that's what it is. I don't know why trash seems to collect right here, of all the spots in the lake. It's always been that way. Everyone just navigates around it, like it was an island or something. That's... I think I see some desks and chairs swirling around the edge there. Those all-in-one desks, like they have in schools. If I remember right, it's been a few years since I saw the inside of one. Those must have washed down from somewhere. I've never known there to be a school on the lake. There was a Gemini School of Beauty. It was run by sisters, Casey and Paula, indistinguishable except for their haircuts. But I wouldn't think they'd have used desks like that. We used to stop there most every night to let someone off for a cheap haircut, student stylists, you know. They spared many a sailor the pain of botched do-it-yourself do. But I guess they got in deep to the power company. Those blow dryers and curling irons burn a lot of coal. It's a shame they had to close down. The haircuts are gone, but the hair keeps growing. Yeah, this cluttered place makes a decent local museum. It's as good a history as I could ever tell. We arrived at the small houseboat neighborhood that sometimes hosted concerts for the pleasure of its residents, where Clara was scheduled that night to perform. Oh, another performance by Clara. That's something I want to see. Wait. Did I just confuse Clara and Junebug? What performance then? Oh, right. Clara is another woman. I thought about Junebug when they mentioned Clara. But I think it's Junebug's and Johnny's friend that is also a performer. Well, Junebug and Johnny watched the show from the dockyard with the others because I want to see it. Oh. What? I remember this. I told you. Yeah, you don't have to say it. Only because it's always true. She played at the flower shop. Serrano opened. He was having trouble with tape machine. So he just droned out on the lap steel. He got really into it, and he went on for, like, forever. Everyone was falling asleep. Not everyone. Huh? What is this? I remember the air was warm, perfumed. You were playing with some petals you found on the floor, and I was looking at the ceiling. I remember the ceiling was glass. During the week, that room was a greenhouse. I don't know where they put all the plants when they had bands in. Maybe outside, if the weather was nice. It was nice that night, warm, smelled like spring. I remember the folding chairs, so uncomfortable, but I guess it was their only option. They had to pack everything up during the week so there'd be room to display the flowers. The tape stuff sounds good. That kid's doing a good job. Yeah, he's a natural-born tape player. So, we were talking about him earlier at the gas station. Sure, I haven't forgotten Cricket. Cool, yeah, I know. And what do you think about Ezra traveling with us for a while? But Ezra expressed the willing to return to his place, didn't he? We were in the back. Kind of looking around, people watching. I remember a girl playing a video game. It's a me! She was really getting into it. The sound was leaking out of her cheap headphones a bit. How do you know about that? What? Mingling with Serrano's drone, and you thought you recognized the music. I remember it was a driving game. We couldn't see the screen directly, but it was reflected on her glasses. Oh my god, they even know about glasses. What the hell? Also, she was sharply rocking back and forth, hugging corners. I guess sometimes she'd sort of jut one of her shoulders forward like she was drifting. Yeah, sometimes I did that. I wouldn't have been content just to sit at that folding chair and drift in Serrano's lap, still sound waves. But you were feeling restless, so we went for a walk. If I sound hesitant or something, it's just... when we met, we were nothing. Just these little gray shadows, and we grew and filled in, but we did all that together. Ezra, sure, he's just a kid, but he's already a person. what would that do to our system, our chemistry? It's like they're both, they both sound mechanical when they walk. There must be some kind of metaphor to it. They are not complete persons. Well, the kid is, and she's afraid he might destroy their chemistry if he will join them. Like this one, we stepped outside into the warm night air. We turned left into an alley. We wandered between some low houses and came out onto an empty street. Hey, I got the masters for the new record back from Lazar. They're okay, but What? You listened to them without me? You were at the pet shop. I didn't think I could tear you free. Oh, okay. Anyway, there are a few spots where the strings distorted a little, and the whole thing was way too much reverb. But overall, it sounds pretty good. The new drum machine fits right into the mix. Nice. The only question is how to do it live. I can control the drum machine and sing and dance at the same time, and you got your hands full of guitar. Playground across the street. We stepped into. Yeah, playground across the street. We sat on the bench. I put my hand on your shoulder. We heard soft music from a car radio, but couldn't see the car. It must have been around the corner or down an alley or something. You tapped your foot and hummed. I made up lyrics, but didn't say them out loud. We got back to the greenhouse just as Clara was tuning up. She relaxed her shoulders, took a deep breath, raised both hands into their precise positions, and the room started shaking. Clara hit a note that made the glass rattle in sympathy, a perfect 2 octaves lower. She looked like a sorceress, tearing down the building with an effortless wave and incredible focus, coaxing the empty air into some kind of moaning, rattling demon. That's the thing about the theremin. It's the only instrument you never touch. You could see a wave of concern propagating through the greenhouse, people looking up at the trembling grass ceiling, looking at each other to see if anyone else was worried, trying to catch Clara's eye and discern if she was doing it on purpose or not, if she were really trying to bury us all in glass. So how do you think we'll swing that, playing the drum machine live? We'll figure something out. Maybe glue it to the back of your guitar? Oh yeah. Or swap the buttons out for foot pedals? Or put the drums on tape forehand, like Serrano does. Oh yeah, I guess we have a lot of options. Life is full of possibilities, Cricket. Yes, ma'am. It was a tense 5 minutes. We, the audience, alternated between fearing for our lives and lamenting hers that could have given her the kind of emotional experience to play this devastating song. Then, slowly, gently, Clara's hands came to rest. The theremin went quiet, the glass stopped rattling, and the room relaxed unarmed. They were having a conversation pretty normally and chillaxedly, while their thoughts were pretty damn scared. That's strange. They didn't even not mention it in their conversation. I met a photographer once. I mean, one in particular. She even took my portrait. I can't imagine why. She said it would immortalize me. That was a metaphor, of course. She meant I'd never be forgotten. As she was disembarking, not far from here actually, the film fell out of her bag and was borne away by the current. I was working on deck at the time. She shot me a sad apologetic glance, but I wasn't bothered. It's no shame to be forgotten. But it's so sad, isn't it? Like you never existed. But then again, before your existence, you didn't exist. And it didn't bother you much. So maybe there's nothing so sad. What is this place like, Dogwood Drive? Is it in a small town or... I really don't know. I've got the manifest the old man had in his truck here. Lizette's Antiques, mail order delivery, no return address. Shipping address, 5 Dogwood Drive. Packing list. And then it's just numbers. I guess the inventory numbers of the antiques he was supposed to be delivering. Anyway, I'm glad you're coming with us. Yes, I'm always eager to see more of the country, and I enjoy the company. I will have to find a bus or a train to get on the Nashville by evening. Well, they have buses everywhere, right? Or hey, I could drive you to Nashville. Seems I have a truck now, only how are we going to get up these stairs? That's quite a staircase. There's no way to get this truck up these stairs, is there? Not with that attitude. What? Attitude has nothing to do with that. No, there isn't. Looks like we're making the rest of this trip on food. I don't even know what is in there. What if it's too much to carry? Now, we've been loading and unloading gear since the stars were young. We are our own roadies, right? We've got expertise. All right, Cricket. Let's get this delivery packed and tied into bundles. We are hiking it upstairs. What's in there? Antiques, I guess. Antiques. Yeah, antiques are... It's like junk, but people will pay for it. Oh. Sorry, I guess you'll be taking the bus after all. It's okay. It will be an adventure. Tired? Don't worry, lady. We're almost there. Are we really? Look at those stairs. Oh my god. They're even going further, aren't they? Awesome. Almost there. Thank God I'm probably not the one who's gonna carry the stuff. It should be Johnny, right? Hello? End of Act 4. What's okay? This time the game just throws me into main menu, because before it just started the next one. But yeah, so there will be Act 5, and I've checked the news, and they're actually working on it currently, so it might come up. I can't say soon, but they are actually working on it, and developers updated the news not so long ago. Even posted some pictures. So I guess we will be seeing it. Maybe not this year. Probably not this year, but yeah. As long as they need. I'd like them to finish this game in the best way they can, because I don't know what's the story gonna bring to us, because most of the time the game just confuses me on so many levels. Sometimes I wonder, why are they even telling us these stories? Sometimes maybe they are just there. Maybe the final act will connect all the little things that were presented in all these acts. And I really hope for a strong ending. But I don't say goodbye to this game just yet, even if the Act 5 is not out yet, because there's something that developers made for fans of this game, and we're gonna see it next time, so stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next part. Bye.